When we talk about wealth, many people immediately think of inheritance, luck, or rare opportunities. There's almost a myth that, in order to get rich, you need to be in the right place at the right time, or be born into a privileged family. In the United States, this idea is very common. After all, it's the country where overnight success stories are part of the collective imagination. The young person who launched a startup in Silicon Valley, the person who won the lottery, or the entrepreneur who became a billionaire overnight. But the reality is very different from what Hollywood movies show us. The real difference between those who build wealth and those who remain stagnant isn't just how much they earn, it's how they live their daily lives. Wealth doesn't come from one extraordinary event, but from a set of seemingly small habits, practiced with discipline over time. If you look closely at the lifestyle of wealthy Americans, you'll notice something interesting. They don't just rely on big ideas or million-dollar investments on Wall Street. What sustains their results are small, consistent habits, repeated every single day. And here's the good news. These habits are not exclusive, secret, or impossible. They are accessible to anyone, whether you live in New York, Miami, Dallas, Los Angeles, or anywhere else. The only difference is that the wealthy understood early on the value of applying them consistently, while most people choose to ignore them. That's why, in this video, I want to share with you 3 simple, practical, and powerful habits that the rich cultivate every day. You don't need a lot of money to start. What you need is discipline, clarity, and the decision to change your routine. If you truly want to transform your relationship with money, gain more freedom, and open the path to your own personal wealth, then watch until the end. Because these 3 habits might just be the turning point you've been waiting for in your financial life. Habit 1. Strategic reading. In the United States, reading has always been associated with growth and power. The greatest investors and entrepreneurs share something in common. They dedicate daily time to reading. Warren Buffett, for example, has said that he spends about 80% of his day reading. Bill Gates claims to read around 50 books a year. And we're not talking about just any kind of reading, but strategic reading. Books on finance, business, psychology, personal development, and biographies of leaders who changed the world. Each page is like a shortcut to decades of experience, mistakes, and lessons learned by others. While most people spend hours scrolling through social media, like Instagram or TikTok, distracting themselves with fleeting content, the wealthy use that same time to expand their minds and prepare for new opportunities. This habit creates a silent advantage. It doesn't deliver immediate results, but over time, it completely transforms the way you think and make decisions, and that directly impacts your ability to build wealth. And the best part, anyone can start. All it takes is replacing a few minutes of distraction with strategic knowledge. Habit 2. Daily planning. Another powerful habit is planning. In the U.S., many people live at a fast pace, always rushing between work, commitments, and responsibilities. But living only by reacting to what happens around you is the perfect recipe for stress and financial stagnation. Most people wake up, grab their phones, check messages, open their emails, and from that moment on, spend the day putting out fires. At the end of the day, they feel like they worked a lot, but made little real progress toward their own goals. The rich, on the other hand, See each day as a strategic opportunity. Before they start anything, they plan. What is the number one priority today? What will actually bring me closer to my long-term goals? What can I eliminate from my schedule to focus better? This simple habit makes all the difference. Those who plan act with intention, while those who don't plan act on impulse, and over time, this difference creates a massive gap between those who prosper and those who remain simply busy. And here's the thing. Planning doesn't have to be complicated. You don't need expensive software or fancy tools. Sometimes, all it takes is writing down 3 essential tasks on paper or using a simple note app on your phone. The secret lies in the discipline of organizing your day before it begins. Habit 3. Taking care of health and energy in the U.S. One of the biggest paradoxes is seeing so many people chasing wealth and success while neglecting their own health. The culture of rushing, fast food, and overwork ends up stealing the one thing that matters most: energy. The rich, however, understand that health is wealth. A tired body and an overloaded mind make poor decisions, lose clarity, and let opportunities slip by. That's why taking care of both body and mind is part of their strategy for prosperity. They invest in good nutrition, regular exercise, quality sleep, and often in moments of rest and leisure. This isn't luxury, it's necessity. Without energy, there is no consistency. And without consistency, there is no wealth. And here's the best part. You don't need to be a millionaire to start. A daily walk, drinking more water, swapping a processed snack for a healthier meal, or sleeping an extra hour can already transform your energy levels. Taking care of your health is the kind of investment that always pays off. These 3 habits: strategic reading, daily planning, and taking care of your health, may seem simple, but when practiced every day, they create a powerful cumulative effect. They build the mindset, discipline, and energy necessary to achieve true wealth. And remember, these habits are not reserved for millionaires on Wall Street, nor are they part of some hidden secret. They're available to anyone, including you. Now the decision is yours. Continue living on autopilot, or take control of your routine and start planting the seeds of abundance. And never forget, starting is much simpler than it seems. It's easier than you think.